Hi, my name is Bandi, and today we'll be learning about a field of mathematics called coordinate geometry. In coordinate geometry, we aim to be able to represent different mathematical objects, different geometrical objects using simple functions. We would express the mathematical object in terms of a function and if needed, graph it back on a graph paper. So today we'll be looking at how to graph simple transformations of functions. For example, if we add something to a function, how would that change the graph of a function? If you multiply a function, how would that change the function? And similar other transformations. So first of all, you should be given a graph of a simpler function y equal to f of x. And given this, how do you draw the graph of a function when you add a constant k to the function value of f? For example, if k is 2, so we want to be able to graph the function y equal to f of x plus 2 given the graph of the function y equal to f of x. That's the problem we would be looking at. And it turns out that, as we will see later, the graph of the function y equal to f of x plus k just translates the graph of the function y equal to f of x by 2 units upwards. We will be looking at examples later. Similarly, if you instead subtract some positive element from f of x, say you're subtracting 2 from f of x. For example, you're looking at function y equal to f of x minus 2. When you're looking at this, you will see that the graph just translates downwards by 2 units. This is a very simple transformation, which we would be looking at more examples. So now, what would happen if we add some element not to the value of the function, but to the value of the argument inside the function? Now we will see that the graph of the function y equal to f of x will translate horizontally. Alright, so if you add the element or subtract the element from the argument of the function, then the graph of the function translates horizontally. Recall that when you add the value to the function, when you add k to the value of the function, the graph translated vertically, right? Vertically upwards or vertically downwards. Now you will see that it translates horizontally. Alright, so if you subtract a positive element from the argument, you will see that the graph translates horizontally. For example, if you have y equal to f of x, let me write it neatly. If you have y equal to f of x minus 2, this 2 is inside the argument. Then the graph of this function would just be the graph of the function y equal to f of x, but translated to the right by 2 units on the x-axis. Now, what would happen if we add an element? If we add an element to x, then what would happen is we would be looking at a translation to the left side. For example, if you look at f of x plus 2, then the graph of this function is nothing but the graph of the function y equal to f of x just translated to the left by 2 units. Alright? So now these are very simple linear transformations. You are just adding elements or subtracting elements from the argument or to the function value. Now what would happen if you multiply something? What would happen if you multiply some number with the value of the function f of x? You would expect it